staring back at me so blue and white. The colors of the summer sky, the colors of the world. If love is blind, why do I see you so clearly now?
Hey guys, so today I filmed a makeup tutorial for Valentine's Day. I know it's probably a little bit early for a tutorial for Valentine's Day since it's like 2 weeks away, but I figured that I would do this look, which is more of like a colourful, out there kind of glittery Valentine's Day look, and it's still a little bit wearable in my opinion, but I'm also planning to do more of a sexy dramatic one as well. This is just something fun. I'm sorry, my phone's going off, but yeah, so there will be one more Valentine's Day tutorial coming up on my channel within the next week, definitely. This is what we're working with at the moment. I did a look with some glitter liner on the lower lash line. I did a kind of purple pink kind of look. I have incorporated some lashes. They're very, very wearable though. They're not like too fluffy and too out there. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this makeup tutorial. I hope you use it for Valentine's Day, and I will see you soon with my next Valentine's Day tutorial. Bye! So now I am priming my lids with the NYX Skin Tone Eye Primer to keep the shadows in place throughout the day or night. Then I'm using the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Creme Brulee, and I'm taking that on a big fluffy brush, and this is our transition color, so everything looks really nice and blended in the end. You can be as messy as you want with this step. Then I'm going to be using this designer brand's eyeshadow palette. It has a mix of neutrals and purples. It's very inexpensive, and I'm using this really pretty baby pink kind of shade on a flat shader brush, and I'm applying this to the inner half of my eye only. You can see when I get to the outer half I'm not going to focus it as much out there, because we're going to take this pretty kind of lavender type color. I'm taking that on another flat shader brush, and I'm going to apply this on the outer half of the lid where we don't have the baby pink. So this is just going to gradually fade into a darker smoky eye. So for now you just focus this color on the outer half of the eyelid, and then I'm going to take an even darker purple color than the one that we have just used. This has a little bit of a blue tone in it, but it's a pretty true purple. I'm taking that on the same flat shader brush and applying it the exact same way, the exact same place where I've applied the lavender purple. This is going to have that really pretty blended, layered kind of look. I'm getting tongue-tied. And you can take it a little bit above the crease as well, but not too much. You want this for the most part to stay on the lid. Then I'm going to take the big fluffy brush with no additional product and blend everything out. Then I'm taking the darkest shade of purple. This has a bit of a red tint in it, so with all of these different colors it's going to be gorgeous. So I'm taking that on the same flat shaded brush and focusing it at the very, very outer corners of the crease and lid, mainly on the lid. And you're just going to, this is just going to add that kind of dimension, you know, from the lighter to the darker shades. Now I'm just doing some touch-ups. I have no additional product on the flat shader brush. It's just to help with the blending and, yeah, just touching up. And then I'm going back in with a big fluffy brush, no additional product, once again blending it all out. Then I'm taking this really pretty, it's not even a white, it's more like a pink toned ivory, and I'm using this to highlight underneath my eyebrows. Now I'm going to do my eyeliner. I'm using the L'Oreal gel liner in the shade black. So I like to start and do the outer tail, and then I go in the middle, the inner part of my eye, and then I kind of just meet it all up so it makes just one line. Now I'm going to be using the MAC Studio Sculpt foundation. The shade that I'm using is NC30. I'm taking that on a foundation stippling brush from Makeup Geek. And I mentioned this in my last video that this was a present from my cousin, so thank you so much. I am in love with this foundation. The coverage, amazing, long lasting. I cannot get enough of it. I know it looks a little bit dark at the moment, But once I put my concealer, my bronzer, my setting powder, which is a lighter shade, it all kind of blends in. So I know that I look like from a different race at the moment, but trust me, in the end, it will look perfect. So you probably saw the beginning of this video and you couldn't detect that my foundation was actually this much darker than me, but it works really, really well. Always blend it down your neck as well. Then I'm using the e.l.f. Under Concealer and Highlighter Duo. The shade is Fair. I'm using the concealer only and I'm applying that underneath my eyes. Then with my fingers, I'm going to go ahead and rub this all underneath the eyes in an upside down triangle shape. This will just bring some light underneath your eyes and make you look more awake. Then I'm using the Australis Pressed Powder. The shade is Deep Natural. I'm taking that on a kabuki brush and I'm using this to set my foundation. So now you can see with this shade of powder and that shade of foundation, you can see it makes a perfect match and kind of counteracts, so it looks pretty close to my skin tone, as close as it's going to get anyway. And this will just help keep me matte throughout the day or night. Then I'm doing my eyebrows. I'm using the Palladio eyebrow pencil from Makeup Geek. I'm brushing through my eyebrows first with a spoolie to get rid of any powders. Then I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite end, which is the pencil, and I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. Then I'll go back in with the spoolie and brush it all out so it's much more natural. I don't know what happened to the lighting in this particular shot, but it went really dark, but it gets better. Then I'm using the Creme Brulee eyeshadow again on a pencil brush. I'm using this underneath my lash line. This is once again kind of helping the whole blending process. Same what you did to the top, you're going to do to the bottom. So I'm using the same light pink eyeshadow on the inner half of my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take the darker of the purple, so not the lavender but the one after that we use that has a bluish tone, and I'm using that on the outer corner or the outer half of my lower lash line. So you basically want to imitate what you did with the top on the lid, you want to imitate that with the bottom. And then I'm also going to take that pencil brush again, no additional product, blend it out. Now I'm using the NYX glitter. This is called Crystal, and I'm going to apply this in the inner corner of my eyes, of my lower lash line. That's where I start, and I slowly feather it out to the half of my lower lash line. So you don't want the whole lower lash line to be in this, just the inner corner up to about 3/4, I would say. Slowly feathering it out. I have totally stolen this off Jaclyn Hill. She does this quite a bit and I love it. I just think it's really pretty and very subtle, you know, it's not too overdone. And then I'm using the Rimmel Scandaleyes Eye Kohl. The shade is black. I'm using this to line my waterline. You don't have to do this. If you're going for more of a wearable look, then you can skip this step, but I love using this black kohl. Then I'm going to be bronzing with the W7 bronzer. I'm taking that on a big fluffy brush. This is not contouring in the least. I'm just trying to bronze my face and give it some color and some dimension. So just put it on the forehead, the temples, underneath the cheekbones, just to give yourself a bit of color so you're not too pale and, you know, you look a bit more glowy this way. Then I'm using Demi Wispies lashes. I think this is 120, or is it just Demi Wispies? I don't know. I think it's just Demi Wispies. And I'm applying lashes. So these are very wearable. They have a little bit of a wing at the end, which I love, so it looks more kind of almond shaped to your eyes. Then I'm going to use a Makeup Designer blush. The shade is Glow. I'm taking that on an angled blush brush. I have chosen this blush shade because it's not like a baby doll pink where it's going to distract from the eyes. Your eyes, you know, you want that to be the main focus of this look. Then I'm using the Sugar Baby Graduated Bronzing Powder. I'm taking that on a big fan brush and I'm using this as a highlighter. I don't know why it's called a bronzer. It's certainly a highlighter. So I'm applying this on my cheekbones, my nose, my chin, and my forehead. And then I'm using the NYX lip gloss. This shade is French Kiss, and I'm just applying a coat of this. So only lip gloss. I didn't overdo it with, you know, much on the lips. Obviously it's Valentine's Day, so we all know there's going to be a lot of smooching going on. Then I'm going to use the Maybelline Falsies mascara just to bind my natural lashes in with the fake ones, and I'm also going to be applying a coat of this on my lower lashes. And that completes the looks. I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a great Valentine's Day, and I'll see you all in my next Valentine's Day tutorial. Bye guys!